Yeah, sometimes a guy can end up with too much of a good thing. So, old Sugar Jim up in Portland called me last week. He had another load, and the time I got up to get it, he had part of it bagged, about 1,300 pounds or so, and then he had two more totes came in at the same time. So I brought one of those home, and I'm trying to get it shoveled out of here and into the barrels. It's fluffy, right? It's the dust that's come off the machines, and it's fluffy, so you don't get a lot in a barrel. I'm starting to compact it in there, you know, with the back of a Pulaski handle, trying to get more in it. I just wonder if I ought to add a little bit of water. That'd let the air out and let it, you know, all come together. I may try it in the next barrel, but yeah, every time I get some honey sales done and have a little money ahead, Jim calls me with sugar, and gotta just, you know, I know what the value of it is, and if I don't go and get it, then I'm gonna need it and not have it, and that's gonna be a bummer. It's just gonna be a lot of barrels of sugar by the time we're done doing this. But anyway, I got to get this shoveled out in there because he's got the other tote he picked up, he's got bagged already, and I got to go get it. The bags, I don't have anywhere, you know, nice and dry to store them, or they'd probably be okay in the bags, so I'm going to end up dumping the stuff from the bags into barrels, so I can park it outside. Otherwise, you know, these sweat and get a little bit through them, and they wick into the bottom of them and things that they lay out there all summer or all winter. They'll be hard as a rock, and I don't need that. So anyway, like I say, sometimes it's too much of a good thing, but we'll keep going on her. All right, the last barrel there, I was compacting it and it wasn't going to fit, so I started putting water in it, and man, did it make a difference. So this barrel I packed, you know, not as tight as I could, but until my arms were tired of tamping. But we're going to add some water to it and see how much more we can get in it. And my problem is I'm going to end up with 10,000 barrels stacked around here. I'd rather concentrate it as much as I can. The barrel you guys are sitting on right now, I put in probably 10 gallons of water. Like I said, this stuff's really fluffy. If it was granulated sugar, it wouldn't make as big a difference. Weight-wise, when we get into some in these barrels that are, you know, just good granulated sugar that's not powdered, it's almost twice as heavy. When we fill up a bag that normally is running 50 pounds, we stop around 90 because it's just damn heavy, you can't pick it up. So this stuff is just really light. So I'd much rather concentrate it if I can, get more in each barrel. Less barrels to screw with next spring when I need to mix it. And it's, you know, 10 gallons of water into this, it's going to be, you know, very highly concentrated syrup. It's not going to spoil. It's going to be way too high a sugar content to ferment, especially out here at these temperatures. You can see how much it's starting to shrink already. It's going to take it time as it turns syrup into on the top. It's going to take it time for the air to keep working back up out of it. But yeah, if I can get an extra 150, 200 pounds of sugar in per barrel, it would be optimal. So, and I think it would work, you know, better if I added water as I was filling it, instead of trying to get it to sink all the way to the bottom. But it's going. It's got air bubbles coming up and the volume and layers going down. We'll play with it a little bit, and then I'll turn you guys back on if we can see how far it'll actually go down. So that's what it's done so far with about 4 gallons of water. Still air bubbles coming up, but it's settled it quite a lot. Not gonna stand here all day and wait for it, but I can damn sure add a few more bags of this loose stuff. You guys will get your chance next spring probably to listen to me bellyache about how hard it is to get out of here, but the truth is, how much money as I'm saving on this sugar, even if I have to split the barrel to get it out of here, still money ahead. Barrels aren't that expensive. So there's another 46 pounds that just went in it. I'm sure I can dump another bag in there before this is done. So, you know, that added 100 pounds of sugar to that barrel. So, anyway, that's what we're trying to get finished up today, and I got to go get another load of it tomorrow. Then I've got all these bags to put in barrels, so I have to get to Orlando's and get more barrels, and I got to figure out a place to start stacking them up so it doesn't look like I'm storing nuclear waste. Anyhow, I'm gonna get to it, get her finished.